Hello and welcome to Code Tutor again. Till now we have worked with regular class components in React.js. Today we are going to understand about the pure component. Let me go to my component folder and I'll create a component file over here and I'll name it as purecom.js. As it is a component, the class component, so I'm going to import React and component from React, and I'll define my class. So class purecom extends component, and then I'm going to export this class by saying simply export default purecom, like this. But as I mentioned earlier, it will be a pure component, so I'm going to call the pure component instead of normal component, and I'm going to extend this to pure component like this. And inside this pure component, it is all like the regular class component. I will have the render method, and inside render method I'm going to have return, and inside return I'm going to return React fragment. For this case, anyway you can return anything you want, and inside React fragment I'm going to say a message which is in h1 tag, and I'll say pure component. Alright, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another component and I'll name it as parent component, like this. And also in h1 tag it will be parent component, like this. And now I'm going to call this pure component inside this parent component. So import purecom from purecom, and we have to define this inside this return method. So it will be like this. Alright, now I'm going to have another component and I'll name it as regular component. So regular com.js. Again it is another regular component, so I'm going to copy all the stuff from here and paste over here. So instead of calling, I don't need this line, so I'm going to delete this line, and then this should be a regular component. So regular component, I don't need this line anymore, and I have to change the name, so parent pure to regular com, like this. And then I'm going to call this regular component in parent component just before this pure component. So it will be like regular component, and I have to call this component over here. So regular component from regular comp, like this. Now I have to call this parent component in app.js file. So I'm going here, let me comment this out, and I'm going to call that import parent pure from components and then parent pure, like this. And we have to mention this component over here. Alright, now let's check our browser how it is showing. Okay, it is showing as expected, parent component, then regular, then pure component. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a method in our parent component. So before I add a method, I add a constructor over here. So constructor, and then props, super method with props, and then I'm going to have a state. This dot state is equals to, I should have a value over here, so I will suggest a city, and the name is like, or I should have country, the name will be India for now. Now I'm going to add another method over here, which is component did mount. Inside component did mount, I'm going to have set interval function. It will be an arrow function, and the interval time will be something like maybe 2 seconds. And inside this interval function, I'm going to use set state method, and in this set state I am not going to do any changes, so country will remain India, like this. And in this parent component, under the render method, I'll have a console.log, like this is like this parent component, like this. And I will send props to regular and pure component. So I'll send props with a name or country, which is equals to this dot state dot country, and same for the pure component also. Like this. And in pure component we have to show that prop value. Inside this pure component h1 tag, I'm going to add this prop value, this dot props dot country, like this. And also I'm going to have a console log over here, console.log. It is a pure component, so I'll simply write pure component to identify. And then in regular component, similar things is going to happen. So let the props be here, this dot props dot country, and then another console.log saying regular component. Now if we go back to our browser, and let me open that developers tool. And I'm going to set it to the browser, so like this. And if you go to our console, let me clear this up and refresh this page. So as you can see, the console is something like that. So this is parent component, first console has come, then the regular component, and then the pure component has rendered. Now after that, what you can see, there is only the parent component and regular component is being logged with the set interval method, but there is no pure component is logging over here. To understand that, let's go back to our React docs. So I'll type React, I'll search for react.js. And inside, okay, I'll search for pure component in React, and then let's open up the first link. Now what it is saying, that React.pure component is similar to React component. The difference between them is that React component doesn't implement should component update, but React pure component implements it with a shallow prop and state comparison. Now what is the shallow prop or state comparison? What is the shallow comparison? Now let me show you how this shallow comparison works. So I'll open up another new tab over here, and I'll open up the console over here. And I will move it to up, and then I'll clear this one, and I also let it be cut. Okay. So what is shallow comparison, right? So let's assume there is a variable named as a, which is a object. Already I defined earlier, something like this. So let's have a variable a, which is an object, and then b, which is also the similar kind of object with the same values, and in the end I have mentioned another variable c, which is equals to a. Now there is a console.log with this triple equal sign, as you can see. Now what you are expecting, that if these two values should be true, right? But if we run this code, we see the first value comes as false and the second value comes as a true. Now why this is happening? So let me go back to the presentation where I can let you understand. So there is two types of shallow comparison. One is the primitive type, another one is the complex type. So for primitive types, both the variables are having same value and same time will return true. Like if variable a and variable b are having the same string value, which is India, so it will always return true in that case. But in complex types, what we have just seen in that console.log elements or the console.log window, that a variable should refer the same object to get the true value, Let me open up the console.log again. So in this case, C variable and A variable are referring to the same object. So that's why it is getting true. Otherwise, it will get the false method over here, false result over here. So that is why we are seeing in this case, every time pure component is comparing the prop value in the parent component. I'll show you in the code. So this prop value is being compared every time the parent value runs this component did mount function. And what it's found, what this pure component is finding is the same value is being the value of the state or the value of the prop is not being changed. So that's why it is not updating its component again. But if the value is being changed, then it will get updated. Now, what is the differences between regular component and pure component? A regular component does not implement the should component update method. It always returns true by default. So that's why the regular component is being rendered every time the set component, component did mount method is being called. But in pure component, a pure component implements the should component update lifecycle method by performing a shallow comparison on the props and state of the component. Now in this case, if I summarize the pure component, so we can create a component by extending the pure component class. A pure component implements the should component update lifecycle method by performing a shallow comparison on the props and state of the component. Number 3, if there is no difference, the component is not re-rendered. Performance boost. It is a good idea to ensure that all the children components are also pure to avoid unexpected behavior. So if you are going to take a pure component, then you should have all the children components as a pure component. Otherwise, it will behave unexpectedly and can throw some error. Never mutate the state, always return a new object that reflects the new state. To avoid some errors, we should not mute the state. We should always update the state with new object. Similar kind of things are also available in functional component also, and that is known as memo. So what is memo? I will show you by writing a code. So I am going to create another component over here, and it will be a functional component. So I will take a file or create a file and name it as memo component.js, and it will be a functional component. So I will import React from React, no components, and then I'll write a function. It will be an arrow function, memo component comp, and it is an arrow function. So I'll have the fat arrow symbols, and then after that I'm going to have export default memo comp. Although it looks like a same like a regular functional component, but there is a different. I will describe right after I return a value from here. Return, this time I am going to simply return a div tag, and inside div tag I am going to have something like an value like country, like this. Now it looks like a normal functional component, right? So for using memo, we should not export this memo like this component or the class like this. So we have to export it with react dot memo, and inside this I'm going to have memo dot component. Now it will act like a memo, and in this case I'm going to have the props from our parent component, which will be country. So I'm going to use that country over here like this, and I'll call this memo component in our parent component. Import memo com from memo component, and then I am going to add this memo component over here. And again I'm going to have this prop country, and inside memo component I'm going to have the similar console.log. So console, to understand when it is being rendered, rendering memo component like this. And in parent component I am going to comment these two components, and let's go back to our browser and see the behavior of this memo component. Now as you can see, the parent component is rendered, and then the memo component is also rendered, but after that the parent component is being rendered regularly after 2 seconds, as it is having the component did mount with a set interval function. But similarly the memo component is not finding any value changes of its properties of its props, so that's why it is not re-rendering the component. So the summarization of this memo component is, by default it will only shallowly compare complex objects in the props object. This method only exists as a performance optimization. Do not rely on it to prevent a render, as this can lead to bugs. For the third one, React Memo only checks for prop changes, as it is only going to be used for the functional component, so that's why React Memo only checks for prop changes. Although if your function component wrapped in react.memo as a useState or useContext hook in its implementation, it will still render when state or context change. Alright, so that's it about the pure component and react.memo. Thank you for watching this video.